Hey guys, it's Zang, and today we are gonna make 3 sunny breakfast ideas that'll get you jumping out of bed. Thank you so much to Sunkist for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna start by making a breakfast loaf using Sunkist blood orange, coated with a beautiful and bright pink glaze. So I'm gonna start by combining my dry ingredients first. I have some flour, and then I'm gonna add some baking powder and some salt. All of the specific measurements will be written in the description box below. Now I'll just give it a thorough mix until it's well combined. All right, this looks good. Now we'll move on to our wet ingredients. All right, so into my bowl, I'm gonna add some butter that I've already softened to room temperature. Then I'm gonna add some sugar, and then I'll just cream it until it's nice, fluffy, and smooth. Now I'm just gonna add 2 eggs, one at a time, and I'll mix it until it's well incorporated each time. Go ahead and scrape the bowl if you need to. Nothing is better than starting your day off with some fresh orange juice for some vitamin C to support our immune system, so we're gonna do just that. I'm gonna show you guys a fun hack on how to cut the Sunkist blood orange, so if you don't have a juicer, you can still get the maximum juice out of your orange. So we're gonna slice off 4 sides, kind of like an apple, so that we use each of the sides to juice, including the core inside. That way, there's no waste. Sunkist blood oranges have a subtle sweetness, a distinct orange taste with hints of fresh raspberry, and that vibrant color both inside and out. And we'll give it one more mix. This looks beautiful. Now I'm just gonna add the dry ingredients in increments as I'm mixing by hand. This way, you don't create like a tough and dense cake. This looks good. So into my loaf pan that I've already lined with some parchment paper, I've included like a sling so you can lift it up easier later. We're just gonna add our batter right in. I'm just gonna smooth out the top with my offset spatula. Now I'm just gonna pop it into the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes at 350 degrees or until it comes out clean with a toothpick. All right, so while our breakfast loaf is baking, I'm gonna make our blood orange glaze. It's really simple. I already have some powdered sugar in my bowl, and to really infuse it with some more blood orange, I'm gonna add some zest directly into the bowl, a little bit of my blood orange juice. Look at that color. It's gonna make our glaze a beautiful pinkish tone, a pinch of salt for balance, and some melted butter to meld it all together. Just give it a quick mix. And just make sure that it's a good pouring consistency. If you need to add a little bit more juice, go ahead and do that. This looks perfect. You want it to be a really good pouring consistency, and this looks really good. All right, so here's my breakfast loaf. I've already pulled it out of the oven and let it cool completely, about an hour, so you do have to wait a little bit. But now I'll just take it out of the sling and place it on my baking rack already lined with an icing grate. Now I'm just gonna pour the glaze directly over our loaf cake and let it drip. So I love how rustic and whimsical this already looks, but I'm gonna add a few more wedges of thinly sliced blood oranges right on top to give it that pop of color. Our glaze has hardened after about 10 minutes, so now I'm gonna slice it open. The cake is light and moist, and it definitely has that burst of blood orange flavor with that hint of raspberry. Cake for breakfast? What a treat to wake up to. As an added bonus, all of the vitamin C from the oranges helps to promote production of collagen, which gives us skin strength, elasticity, and helps wounds heal. If that all sounds good to you, go ahead and squeeze that like button and we'll move on. Baked oatmeal is having a moment right now, and it's incredibly easy to make. So I thought I'd give it a fresh take with some Sunkist gold nuggets. These gold nugget mandarins are named for their beautiful, bright, and bumpy rind. They're exceptionally sweet, seedless, and easy to peel, making them perfect for snacking. All right, let's combine all of our ingredients. I'm gonna start by adding some oats into my bowl. I'm using old-fashioned or rolled oats here. I just feel like they have better texture when you bake them up. I'll add some brown sugar, sliced almonds, Zest from my gold nuggets. At times, gold nuggets might have a dash of beauty spots on their exterior, also known as natural oil spots. Then we'll add cinnamon, a little bit of cardamom, baking powder so that it lightens our baked oatmeal up, and a pinch of salt. Now we give it a mix. All right, we're done with the dry ingredients. I'm gonna set it aside and work on our wet ingredients. Okay, so now for our wet ingredients, I already have some non-dairy milk in my pitcher. I feel like non-dairy works better with citrus. That way it doesn't curdle, it just pairs a lot better. So to my pitcher, I'm gonna add some eggs, some melted butter, vanilla extract, and now I need some gold nugget juice. There's a hack which I'm sure you guys have seen, but we're gonna try it out today. I'm gonna poke the bottom of my gold nugget with a skewer to create a hole, and we're gonna squeeze out the juice. That's a great trick that really works. Okay. Now I'll just give everything a good mix. All right, now we're gonna pour this into our dry ingredients. Just mix everything up until it's all well combined. It smells so bright and delicious. And now I'm just gonna pour it into my baking pan that I've already greased. Spread it out evenly. Okay, this looks good, and I just have one final touch. I'm gonna add some gold nugget segments right on top. So remember when I said they were easy to peel? Watch this. I love it when it comes off in one piece like this. And then I'll just randomly place them to add a sweet touch. All right, now I'm gonna bake it off for about 35 to 40 minutes until it's nice and golden brown, set, but still a little bit custardy in the center. And won't you look at that? It looks delicious, it's nice and set. I've let it cool for about 10 minutes, so it's ready to serve. What I like to do with my baked oats is add a dollop of some Greek yogurt. This one is vanilla Greek yogurt, and it just pairs so well. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I can see why it's really popular right now. It has the texture of almost bread pudding. It's sweet, not too sweet, just very comforting, cozy, and an amazing dish to wake up to. Like, you can meal prep this the night before, bake it off, or just bake it for the week and just warm it up in the morning. Actually, it's a new kind of overnight oats. Now we're gonna be making a really impressive pancake. It's a puffy one called a Dutch baby, and I'm gonna infuse flavors from the Sunkist Mineola Tangelo into the pancake topped with a silky orange curd. So I'm gonna start by making our Sunkist Mineola Tangelo curd. It's really simple. I'm gonna start by separating my eggs. I only need egg yolks, and I'm gonna need 3. And we'll just save the egg whites for something else. And that's 3. Now I'm gonna sprinkle in some sugar and some zest from our Mineola Tangelo. A Sunkist Mineola Tangelo is a cross between a grapefruit and a tangerine, and it can usually be identified by the knob-like formation at the stem. It's the largest piece of fruit in the mandarin family, and they have a deep red orange exterior, super easy to peel, and are bursting with juice. Now I'm gonna show you guys the easiest way to juice your citrus, including this one. All you have to do is roll the fruit on the countertop with the palm of your hand to break the juice sacs, cut it in half crosswise, and then squeeze it out either by hand or with a juicer. So before I add the juice, I'm gonna mix our egg and sugar mixture really well. I'm doing it this way because then the egg yolks can mix really evenly with the juice as we add it in. Otherwise you get clumpy curd, and that's no good. Now we'll add the juice. Every last drop in there. Mix it again. Now we'll cook it up on our stovetop. So this process goes fairly quickly, so you wanna keep an eye on it and continuously stir the mixture until it thickens up almost like a hollandaise sauce. I have the heat on medium, and I'm just gonna continue stirring it for about 5 minutes and give it time to thicken up. You can tell that it's almost ready once it kind of starts to bubble and the color almost turns into like an opaque, light pale yellow. All right, it looks pretty thick. I like it to be just like this, where when I drag it, you can still see the imprint from the whisk. And now I'm gonna take it off heat. So while it's still hot, I'm gonna add my cubes of butter. I have 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter here, and I'm just gonna incorporate it slowly into the mixture as it melts. This is how you get it to be that silky, smooth texture. It's pretty perfect. You don't see any lumps or clumps or even scrambled bits. Mixing the egg yolk with the sugar, I'm telling you, is the way to go to avoid making that mistake. All right, now I'm gonna transfer it into a glass jar and I'm gonna cool it off in the fridge for about an hour just so it can thicken up a little bit. We're gonna make our Dutch baby pancakes now, but before I start, I'm gonna preheat my oven to 400 degrees and we're gonna season our cast iron. I have a large cast iron pan here that I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter and just let it get hot and melty in the oven while we blend up all our ingredients. We're gonna start with some milk, some flour, zest from our Mineola Tangelo, eggs to lighten it up and make it nice and puffy, vanilla extract, sugar, and a pinch of salt. Blend it all up. Grab our skillet that's piping hot, so be careful. Pour in the batter and stick it right back into the oven for about 18 to 20 minutes until it's nice golden brown and puffy. All right, I pulled out my Dutch baby. It's nice and fluffy and it will deflate a little bit, but I'll let it cool for a quick minute or two. And in the meantime, here is our Sunkist Mineola Tangelo curd. It's thickened up quite a bit and it's the perfect consistency to spread all over our Dutch baby pancake. Garnish it with some powdered sugar, a twisted slice of our Sunkist Mineola Tangelo, and a sprinkling of fresh edible flowers. And here it is. It's a work of art. It's so beautiful and it was so fun to see it puff up in the oven. And like I said, the flowers are all edible and it just adds a pop of freshness, so you can totally leave it on. The Dutch baby pancake is light and it almost has like a custardy texture. Very, very delicious. Paired with our Sunkist Mineola Tangelo curd, it's just creamy, silky, luxurious. This would be such an impressive brunch item or just whenever you need a treat because it's that easy to make. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these recipes. Squeeze that like button and drop me an orange emoji below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!